Hi, you guys, and welcome to my channel. All right, Soul Purpose Activation. My name is Michelle, and today I'm going to be teaching you about the process of letting go. All right, the process of releasing, process of moving on, all of that good stuff. And you're going to be referencing this video, or I am going to be referencing this video quite a bit. All right, you'll see this video linked in a lot of my other videos. And it's just going to be, this is the basis of the tools that we need in order to be able to get past basically learning how to let go, learning how to release, and learning how to move on. And moving on is more than just moving on from like relationships, moving on from disappointing situations in business, friendships. I mean, moving on is something that we all need to know how to do. And so that's what we are going to be talking about, is the actual process of how to let go. All right. How to let go, how to move on, how to detach, how to disconnect, stuff like that. All right. It's very much needed for us to be able to heal, breakthrough, have a breakthrough, and transform. All right, so let's get to the actual process of letting go. All right, so there's two resources that I always reference. And you guys, here's kind of a little bit of a secret. I'm actually going to be coaching. Probably within the next 3 months, I'll be opening up an actual coaching practice. And anyone that wants to work with me personally, I'm going to require that these two books be read. Okay. So the Sedona Method by Hale Dwoskin, and then we also have Loving What Is by Byron Katie. All right. And I'll leave the links to these in the description box below. What I'm going to be talking about today mostly is going to be coming from this book, though. Okay. The difference between the two is this is emotional. This deals with the emotional aspect of it, which is really where a lot of us get tripped up. This deals with, the mental aspect, breaking mental cycles. All right. But the actual process of letting go is you can find it mostly in the Sedona Method. All right. So again, I'll leave the links so that you can check those out in the description box below for you. So let's get started. Okay. So the actual process of letting go, very, very briefly, is it's all about, if you think about feelings and you think about thoughts, you think about emotions, you think about memories, it's all energy. Like, they've actually done studies where they hook people up, to, I guess, I don't know, what are they, things they hook up to their heads? I don't know what they're called, but they can actually see in the brain thoughts, and they can see how a thought goes back and forth between different, I guess they're called, is it neurons? You guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't know. But what the basis of the matter is scientifically, they can show you how a thought is actually just an electric current that goes back and forth between, I think they're called, I don't know. Okay. And then they've also been able to see how emotional energy, emotion is actual energy too. So thoughts, nothing but electrical current. Emotions, another way of, electrical current. It's all energy. All right. So knowing that energy, and you think about the law of attraction and how like attracts like. Okay. Like attracts like. And the basis of all suffering is basically not being able to accept reality or arguing with reality. One of the things that Byron Katie talks about in the book, Loving What Is that's the root of all suffering, not being able to accept what is, not being able to, well, she calls it arguing with reality, shooting all over yourself. And so the Sedona Method talks about it in the in the verbiage of resistance. Sedona method calls it resistance. Anytime, you're saying something should be this way, you're wanting to fix it, you're wanting to change it, you're wanting it to be anything other than what it is, that's called resistance, okay? So when you think about the law of attraction, like attracts like, think about the energy of wanting, okay? Wanting something. And it's more in a sense of the underlying current of that want is you want it because you lack it. It's not you want it because you're expecting it. It's not the same thing. Like, there's two different ways to express a want. Okay. There's the want that you have when, you've ordered something online, they've shipped it out, you got the email, you got the tracking number, you want it, and you're excited for it. You're expecting it. You are like talking to all your friends about it. You're, depending on what it is, you might even be, inviting your friends over or your family over to check it out. It's like, it's coming. There's no doubt. There's no worry. There's no anxiety. There's none of that in that kind of want. So we're actually talking about the other kind of want where you want it. You're not sure you're going to get it. Why haven't I got it by now? I'm not going to be happy until I get it. That kind of want. It's the want with the underlying current, the underlying energy of lack. Okay. So when we're experiencing that kind of want, you think about the energy of wanting and you know how the law of attraction works. Okay. So what happens when you're in the energy of lack? When you're emitting signals out into the universe that says, I want this, but I don't have it. What a lot of people call the field of possibilities, the signal that you're transmitting into the field of possibilities, which is where everything, what you want is an energetic form. Everything that you are choosing, that you're wanting to manifest already exists in energetic form in the field of possibilities. So it's your mind and your emotions, when they are aligned, that bring forth from the field of possibility and manifest it into our actual experience in our existence, right? So when you are throwing out the energy of, I want this because I lack it, I don't have it, I doubt that I'm going to get it. So what you are doing is, okay, you're sending that signal that I want it. And so, which means, I don't have it, I'm not getting it. And the universe sends back to you people, circumstances, situations, events, things that will keep you in that state of wanting. Okay. So a lot of what the Sedona method talks about, and in different verbiage, so does Loving What Is, talks about releasing and letting go of the wants. Okay. Let go of wanting it so that you can actually have it or experience it, because it's wanting it that is actually keeping you from having it or experience it. Okay. Does that make sense? Like I said, if you're kind of getting lost anywhere in, this, in this process, really check out those books. Okay. I'm doing my best to kind of summarize it as much as I possibly can. But the books are much more in depth and in detail. All right. So the very first thing that you want to do in any given situation where you are not able to experience or have something that you want to experience or have is check all the wants that you have around it. Okay. So for instance, if you are wanting to manifest a very loving relationship, or what I'm actually going to be piggybacking off of this video is if you are wanting to get over a breakup, you have to really kind of dig in deep and find out what the roots are, because there's 4 core wants that make up any attachment. Okay. Attachment to a person, attachment to a goal, attachment to a path, a thing, a place, person, whatever. Okay. There's 4 core wants that usually make up an attachment. Okay. And of course, there can be different branches off of these, but basically, it's the want for love, connection, and acceptance. Okay. That's one. Two is certainty, security, comfort, pretty much goes down that line. Three is the need to feel or be significant, to feel important, to stand out, to be separate from others. Okay. And then the fourth is to, what was the fourth one? To be one. I think the fourth one is to be one with some, well, not just someone, but basically just to be united. Okay. So there's four core wants. And so what you do is you look at, I'm going to call it the attachment. Okay. That's what I'm going to call it, the attachment. You look at the attachment and look at what makes up that attachment. Okay. And one attachment can be made up of many core wants. All right. And then you have to release on each and every one of them. So let's say that you want to manifest a loving relationship. That's what you want. You want a lifelong partner to spend the rest of your life with. And so what you have to sit down and figure out is why. Why are you wanting that? What core wants make up the attachment to that outcome? Okay, because it's the attachment to that outcome that is actually blocking the ability for that relationship to manifest. Okay, and so think about it. And you write down whatever comes up. So you're like, maybe, I want a partnership. I want a lifelong partnership because I feel lonely. Okay, and I'm going to teach you the 4-step process of actually releasing at the end of the video. Okay, so you have to sit there and list down, because it's like, I don't want to say an onion, but it's in layers. Okay. It's in layers. What all wants, are you wanting acceptance? Are you wanting love? Are you wanting connection? Validation is a big one. Are you wanting validation? You need someone to make you feel that you are worthy, that you are enough. What are the core wants? Because those are what's needed. That's kind of like it, that's in your energy field. And as long as you are carrying these wants, because if you're saying, I want to feel good enough, what is in your energy field right now is a belief that says, I'm not good enough. If one of your beliefs is saying, or one of your wants is, I want to feel worth love, or, I want to feel worthy, then what is in your energy field right now is I'm not worthy. So what's going to end up happening, if you're not clearing those out, if you're not releasing those wants and clearing your energy field out of those beliefs, guess what you're going to end up attracting? You're going to end up attracting relationships that reflect back to you what is in your energy field. So you're going to be attracting relationships that make you feel like you're not worthy, that make you feel like you're not enough, that may be triggering wounds of abandonment, ghosting and stuff like that. This is what is happening every time we have like a pattern going on. It's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you're not worthy. It's not that you're not attractive enough. Physical appearance has little to do really with attracting romantic interest. It's all in your vibe. I know this from personal experience. I won't get into it with, this video. I've talked about it in a prior one, but I know people who by societal standards are not that physically attractive, and they get romantic interest left and right because it's their vibe that people are picking up on. Okay. It's physical appearance doesn't have anything much to do with it. Okay. So anyway, talking more about your vibe. All right. And this is how we're cleaning it up. So letting go and releasing does a lot more than just make you feel better. Does a lot more than help you to manifest the life that you want to experience. It cleans out your vibe. All right. So you're not just able to attract romantic interest from left and right. You're able to attract everything that you want to experience, opportunities of all kinds in all areas and stuff like that. Okay. So when you are in a state of wanting something, regardless of what it is, you have to think about, so like if you're here and then what you want is right here. Okay. And in between you is an energetic channel. That energetic channel is either going to be clear because there are no wants, or it's going to be stuffed full with all kind of wants. Okay. So, you got you, and then you got the relationship or the soulmate that you're trying to manifest or attract in. All right. But in your energy field is all these wants of, I want connection. I want love. I want to feel good enough. I want to feel worthy. All those wants are clogging up the channel. And so what's actually happening is like you and your soulmate are not able to connect because there's stuff blocking that channel. All right. And so what you do is you get to work on clearing the wants. Does that make sense? You get to work on clearing the wants. And so you have to get yourself in a state where you feel neutral about it. All right. So rather than saying, I want love, you release on that wanting love, and then you get to a neutral state and you realize, I already have love because I am love. But then you look outside of yourself and you're like, and here's the evidence of it. I've got friends that adore me. I've got family that adore me, maybe coworkers, pets, children. Love surrounds you, but you're blocking your ability to see it and count it as love by laser focusing and requiring that love come from from romantic interest, right? And so you get yourself into a space of neutrality where it's not something you want because you lack it. It's something that you are excited to experience when it's time. And then you put yourself, and we'll talk about more about law of attraction, but we're just talking about clearing the channel between you and the thing that you want, whatever it is. Okay. And so, letting go requires, I don't want to say requires, there's basically a 4-step process, or not a 4-step, it's like 4 questions. Because all of our fears, all of our wounds, attachment wounds, rejection wounds, childhood wounds, whatever, trauma, all that stuff is actually triggered and perpetuated by the mind. It does trigger emotional feeling that we can feel anywhere in the body, but the mind or the ego is where this stuff is birthed. Okay. And so it's very important that we learn how to still the mind and drop into our bodies where healing takes place. Your mind, healing does not take place up here in the mind. This is where trouble starts. This is where trouble's perpetuated and all that stuff. Okay. So the only way that you can truly heal, you can't heal the mind with the mind. You have to heal the mind by dropping into your body and connecting to your own spirit, your own soul. Okay. Your own inner being, however you want to say it. All right. And the way that you do that, I'm actually going to teach you how to do that now. And I actually have an extended video on it that you can check out. It's the quick coherence technique. And this really teaches you how to drop out of the mind and into your heart, into your body. It doesn't really have to be the heart, but I do the heart because that's usually where it's either the heart or the solar plexus, or it can be encompassing of both. That's where the seat of your intuition is at. That's where you and your soul or your higher self, your inner being, are able to connect and communicate. But most importantly, that's how you quiet the mind. Okay. You can't heal the mind with the mind. So first, what you want to do is to drop out of the mind and into the body. And you can use your hands or your, touch, because, when you are focused on your body and the sensations, see, I'm already getting calm because I'm focusing on touch. And you can even tap your heart. This is going to help you focus on your body, how it feels to be in your body. All right, now imagine like you have your heart chakra, and then you can't see it, but your solar plexus is usually right underneath your chest. All right, and sometimes you'll feel where your center is at. My center is actually in between my heart chakra and my solar plexus. It's more in between my chest, okay? But just wherever feels natural for you, and just kind of like tap it, or you can kind of rub it. And then you start to breathe in and out of that space as if your heart or your solar plexus is breathing in and out, okay? And you can start to do that if you're not used to doing that. You can put your hands there and imagine inhaling through your fingertips and then exhaling through that space as well. I usually recommend when you're doing this to close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, that immediately, because our vision is 85% of the power usage that happens in our brain. So like an instant thing that you can do if you are feeling overly stimulated and in your mind is to close your eyes and focus on breathing in and out through, the basic heart, wherever your center is. That's what I'm going to say. All right. Breathing through your center. My center is right here. Your center might be up here. It could be further down here. It's wherever you feel your center is. Okay. And so you're breathing in and out of your center. And you do this for as long as you feel led to. And as you are breathing in and out through your center, this is when you start the questioning process, okay? And so the questioning process, there's 4 questions that kind of help to dismantle or unravel, these wants, the attachment to these wants, I should say. Okay, so if you're wanting significance, you're wanting to feel special, it doesn't matter how you word it. If you connect more with, I want to feel special, use that, okay? Words and language have an actual energetic imprint, and one phrase or one word or one phrase might resonate more with you than another word or phrase that may resonate with me, okay? So this is where you really tap into your inner guidance, into your body, and you can feel which one feels better, like which one is going to bring you the most healing, all right? And so if the reason why you're wanting a romantic partner is because you want someone, because you want to feel special, having a romantic partner would make you feel special, then the want that you're wanting to release is, I want to feel special, okay? So the first question you want to ask yourself is, can I welcome wanting to feel special? You can even flip it around to the opposite of that. Maybe you connect more with, I don't feel special, or I'm not special. You can release on those too, okay? This is kind of like when you put it in, when you look at something and you're like, okay, the reason why I want to manifest this in is because of these reasons. You can kind of turn things any which way direction that you feel is going to lock that up for you, or unlock the key so that you can finally let it out. And so how does it feel to not feel special? What's that feel like? Okay. And remember, you're still breathing in and out of your center. What's that feel like? Because you're just going to sit with it for a second. The inclination is to push it away, shove it away, try to fix it, try to change it. That's what causes all the problems. Okay. Try to resist it. That's where the problems are started. Okay. And they're perpetuated is at that level. Instead, what you want to do is you want to sit with it. Because you have to remember, if you're resisting it, you're actually giving it more power. You're making it stronger. You're giving it, you're increasing its lifespan in your life. And that you don't want to do that. So rather than resisting it, you want to sit with it. It's already at your table. It's already there. It's not like you're inviting it in. It's already there with you. So can you actually welcome it? And maybe welcoming for you is like, okay, well, can you just allow it to be there then, rather than resisting it and giving it more staying power? Can you allow it to just be there with you for a second and feel all the feelings that come up with that feeling being there, and allow all the images that come up with being there? And you're still breathing in and out through your center. What does that feel like? I want to feel special. What does that feel like? I'm not special. What's that feel like? Where is it at in your body? A lot of the times you'll feel that feeling in your actual center. You'll feel it there. It's a tightness kind of feeling. It's like there's a ball of energy right here, because that's really what emotions are. They're actually spheres of energy, and they get trapped. Okay. And so what's happening when you feel that tightness in your chest, or you feel like, I don't know how to explain it. It's maybe a tightness. It's, a restriction. It's contracted. That's that energy coming up to be released. You're still at this point breathing in and out of your center, but maybe you feel energy kind of building up there. Okay. As you continue to sit with the feeling of not feeling special, not feeling important, not feeling significant, or not feeling like you matter. Okay. Whatever wording you connect with more. All right. And after you've gotten to that point, the second question is, can I let go? You can say, can I let go of this feeling? If you actually feel it in your chest, can I let go of this feeling? Because that's what that feeling is made up of, is that want of not, or that belief of not being special. That's in there. You don't have to actually verbalize it. That's what it's made up of. But you can say, can I let go of wanting to feel important? Can I let go of wanting to feel special? And the reason why we're letting go of wanting to feel special is because that is keeping us from connecting to the truth that we already are special. We already are significant. That's what all wants are. They cover up the truth. Wanting to feel special, wanting to feel significant, wanting to feel important, wanting to feel like you matter. Those wants are covering up the truth of you already are those things. You already do matter. You already are important. You already are significant. You already are special. You already are. The reason why you are experiencing situations, events, circumstances that show you otherwise is because that is what's in your energy field. You're telling the field of possibilities or the universe that, I'm not special. I'm not worthy. I'm not significant. And so that's what the field of possibilities is sending you, because the field of possibilities, it doesn't know what's bad or what's good. It's just like, a printing press. The printing press itself doesn't know that what it's printing out is helpful or garbage. It doesn't know. It's just printing out what the sender is programming into it. And that's what it's spitting out. And that's what's happening with you. It's not that the universe hates you or God hates you or source hates you or, you know, nothing like that. It's what's in your energy field is what's being printed out. I hope that's connecting and making more sense for a lot of you. Okay. And so in your energy field, you have this belief that you're not good enough. And you're sending that to the press to be printed. So guess what's being printed? Guess what's being sent to you? Relationships, circumstances, experiences, and events that make you feel like you're not good enough. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with your actual worth. If you would clear your energy field of that belief, what you're going to start doing is experiencing the exact opposite. Okay. If you send to the printer that, or to the press, that you are good enough, that's exactly what the press is going to print out. Okay. The universe is going to send to you, you know, relationships that mirror that inner belief back to you. Okay. You're going to feel very loved, very adored, very valued, because that's what's in your energy field. Okay. And so after you've gotten, you know, you've let go. And a lot of the times, the cool thing about the first two steps is that you can already feel, especially if you are connected to your body enough where you can feel that energy building up. You know, it may feel very uncomfortable. What ends up happening is you can feel that energy actually start to dissipate. You can actually start to feel it release, right? And so you keep doing that. And so the question number 3, so let's say and in question number 2, can I let this go? Can I let go of wanting to feel special or whatever it is, whatever want you're working with? Your mind might be like, no, I can't let go. And there is no right or wrong answers to any of these questions, you guys. Okay. Just contemplating the possibility of letting go is creating space for releasing to happen. Okay. You're still clearing out that energy that is making up the attachment. All right. So even if you answered no to question number 2, that's fine. That's what question number 3 is for. Question number 3 says, well, if I could let go, would I let go? And this is very appeasing to the mind and to the ego, because they're like, well, yeah, obviously, you know, if I wasn't preoccupied with not feeling special, if I already felt special, my experience would be completely different. And then releasing happens there. The 4th question is, when would I let this go? And again, there's no right or wrong answers, but usually they're like right now. You can wait till next week if you want to, but do you really want to hang on to that pain? You know, 100% of the time it's like, no, I want to let go of it. I want to let go of wanting to feel special so that I can actually experience feeling special, because anytime there's a want, that is keeping you from actually having it and experiencing it. Okay. So again, we'll go through the 4 questions again. The first question is, can I welcome this feeling, whatever it is? Can I welcome this feeling? Can I welcome this want? This is not about inviting it in. It's already there. It's already sitting at the table with you. You know, other wording that you can use besides welcoming, you can say, can I allow this? Can I allow this feeling or this want? Can I just sit with it for a moment? Can I rest with it? And then the second question is, there was something else I was wanting to say. Okay. And I kind of touched on it a little bit with, you know, back earlier in the video about the significance of just being able to sit with it. This not being able to sit with emotions is exactly where, or thoughts even, but thoughts are what triggers, like that feeling that you feel in your body, that's emotional energy. Okay. That's emotional energy. And so self-sabotaging behaviors, including addiction, this is where This is what triggers it. The inability to sit with our feelings and our emotions. So learning how to sit with the emotions, and a lot of people have a hard time even thinking about it because for some reason they think that they are their emotions. I mean, think about it. When we're talking about feelings, we're not saying I'm feeling sad. We say I am sad. Okay. And you have to realize you're not your feelings, just like you're not your thoughts. Okay. You think thoughts and you feel feelings. Okay. But you might be feeling mad, but your actual identity you got to pay very close attention to the words I am, because you are attaching yourself to that thing. You are making that thing part of your actual identity. So when you're saying I am depressed, think of what that is doing. You are attaching the feeling of depression to your actual identity. Okay, so part of what's going to happen or help you in this process is really kind of starting to retrain your brain to detach your feelings and your thoughts from your actual identity. Rather than saying, I am mad, start saying, I feel mad. Because what that's going to do is it's going to separate yourself from your feelings. And then you won't be so afraid to feel them because you realize feelings just come and go unless you make them part of your identity and then they stay with you for as long as, you know, it takes for you to learn to release them and not make them part of your identity. Okay. And so there's a little tip for you, you know, rather than saying I am happy, you can say I feel happy. Unless you want to make that part of your identity. I do. I am joy. I'm joyful. I am joy. I'm happy. You know what I'm not angry. That's not part of who I am. Now, do I feel anger? I feel anger sometimes. Do I feel disappointment? Yeah, but I'm not disappointed. I am not the actual feeling. That feeling is not me. I feel those things, but they're not me. Okay. And so being able to sit with those things and realize they're separate from you takes away the fear that it's never going to go away. That's a lot of the reasons why we tend to stuff them down or numb them out or push them away or push them down, is because we mistakenly think that those feelings are part of us and they're never going to go away. The truth is the feelings are not part of us. They're just part of electrical current that kind of happens. And if we sit with those feelings for long enough, they process out, they dissipate. And if you release on the attachment to whatever it is you're wanting, those things release for good. You detach. And then you're able to show up in the world as somebody who already is worthy, who already is important, who already is a top priority, who already is love, who already is connected, rather than showing up in the world as somebody who's the opposite of those things. Okay. And then that's when you start to manifest experiences that mirror that back to you. You have to get yourself to that place first. And you can do that through releasing the wants that form that attachment to the outcome. The outcome can be many things. Okay. Like the outcome you want is you want to experience life with a real, ideal, loving soulmate. Why do you want that though? If you're wanting a loving soulmate because you don't feel worthy without one, that want is keeping that from actually manifesting in. Okay. So again, the second step is, can I let go? You could say, can I let go of this feeling, or can I let go of wanting, whatever the rest of that sentence is? The third question is, well, if I could let go of wanting whatever or feeling whatever, would I? And I'll do some sample, like at the end of this, I'll do some actual releasing questions to some very common wants, okay? Deeply triggering common wants. All right, and the fourth question is when? When will I let go of wanting to feel special? All right, so this is really going to help a lot of you, especially if you are going through some kind of a breakup or an ending. But after you, or grieving, it could actually be a loss, like a significant loss. And that loss causes you to feel a void deep inside. Now you can either call it a void or you can just call it feeling empty inside. Remember, you're still breathing in and out of your center, okay? So where are you feeling this void at? Or tell me where, when you say I feel empty inside, where in your body is that at? It's usually one of three places. Most often than not, it's, you know, between the heart chakra and the solar plexus, which is right down here, okay? Like right here, you guys. In between there, it can encompass both, but mine is right in between. Or it can be your gut. It's wherever you feel like, you know, when somebody does something that really hurts you really bad and you feel like, you know, you've been kicked in the stomach, that's because that's where that energy is being stored. That's where it's at, literally, okay? And so where are you feeling that at? That feeling empty inside. Because we're actually going to let go and release it. And once you let go and release it, it's gone. Now, again, it may take layers, and that's, you know, there may be more things that trigger that feeling of emptiness inside. But if you're dealing with feeling empty inside because you broke up with this specific person, then this process is going to help you let go of feeling empty inside, release that feeling of feeling empty inside. Okay. So first, what you want to do, taking yourself through the process, the 4 questions, can you sit with that feeling? Sit with the feeling of feeling empty inside. Sit with it. Breathe. Remember, you're breathing in and out of your space. And a lot of the times when you're doing this, because you're in your body when you're doing this, you may already start to feel that pent up energy that is what we're calling feeling empty inside. You can feel that energy already start to lift and weaken. Just sit with it. Sit with what it feels like to feel empty inside. Keep breathing. Then you move to the second question. Now remember, you guys, as you're sitting with it, you're allowing whatever's coming up, whatever thoughts are coming up. The reason why thoughts and images are coming up, because that's what makes up, you know, a sphere of energy is made up, that emotional energy is made up of pictures, it's made up of images, it's made up of thought patterns, right? And so when you release that emotional energy, it releases all of it, not just the emotion, not just the feeling, it releases the thought pattern that's attached to it, the images that are attached to it. Like, you'll always have certain memories, but the reason why they're so traumatic is because it's that there's a belief about yourself that's attached to it. There's an emotion that's attached to it. There are thoughts, and you know what I mean? And so when you go through the releasing process, if you have a memory, this is going to help to take the emotional charge out of it so that it's no longer a trigger. It's just a memory. Okay? You can have memories and not be triggered by them. I've personal experience. A lot of people have personal experience. Okay. I mean, I've got thousands of memories that used to be triggers that are no longer triggers anymore because I've released the emotional charge that was connected to it. Okay. And so, you know, when you're sitting with it, that means you're sitting with all of it. Can you welcome all of it? Can you welcome all of the feelings? Can you welcome all of the thoughts? Can you welcome all of the mental images, all of the memories, everything that's coming up? You just let it come up. And then when you know, that's when you come to the second question is, can I let this go? And you're breathing right here. And sometimes too, you guys, you might be a little bit more maybe visual. Like it might help you if you actually, when you're here, like you do I don't know if it's a visual or like a kinesthetic representation, but you can in your mind imagine like the doors to your center opening and letting it out. When you say, can I let go? Can I open up and let this out? Okay. The third question is, could I let this go? Could I let go of feeling empty inside? Could I let go? Or, you know, and that's where if your brain is getting confused, you can change it, because what are you actually wanting in that moment? So you sit with what it feels like to feel empty, and then you release on what you're wanting to fill it up with. So like if you know, can I let go of feeling empty inside? If you're not feeling anything or connecting with anything like that, then what are you wanting to replace it with? And you can release on that. You can release on wanting to feel full, wanting to feel whole, wanting to feel completed. But often you'll find it's the actual feeling of feeling empty inside. Can I let go of wanting to, you can release on the resistance of it too. Can I let go of wanting to plug that up? Because it's an actual sphere, you guys, and that sphere, if feel that you can release on any emotion. Feeling empty is just an emotion, and you can release that feeling, because that feeling empty inside, is covering up the fact that you are already whole. It's just that emotion that's tricking you, that feeling that's tricking you, and the thought that's attached to it that says that feeling is me feeling empty inside. I'm empty, and this is what it feels like. Can you let go? Can you tell that feeling bye? I release you. I let you go. And you can go back and forth. Okay. If you want to feel whole, if you want to feel validated, you can go that way too. Okay. You can release on both sides, release on the actual feeling of feeling empty inside, because there's a part of you that's holding on to feeling empty inside. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what's going on. And so when you say something like, could I let go of wanting to feel empty inside? Because the reason why you feel empty is because you've actually been holding on to that feeling. Just try it. Can I let go of wanting to feel empty inside? Can I let go of wanting to fill the void? If I could let go of wanting to fill the void, would I? When? When will I let go of wanting to fill the void? And you go through this process as many times as you need to feel free of that. And this is how you do it, you guys. You are going to be, this is something that you're going to learn how to do. The more that you release, it becomes a very, it's like a subconscious habit. The more you do it, the more it becomes part of your everyday makeup. You release like that. You feel something pop up, it feels uncomfortable, it doesn't feel in alignment, you know, with feeling good. It's resistance to something. And the minute you feel it anywhere in your body, you're like, oh, your subconscious, it kicks in. I'm going to sit with it. Now I'm going to let it go. I'm going to sit with it. Now I'm going to let it go. You'll get to that point where it's automatic. And, you know, this happens with things that are triggered. It also happens as you're existing in the world. People are going to make you feel certain things, think certain things, and you'll be able to release through it very quickly. Okay. But at first, it has to be very on purpose, very something that you do consciously, something that you put effort into before it becomes a second nature. Okay. But it's so important, guys. This is how you clear your vibe for everything that you're wanting to manifest. You clear out the wants. Okay. You clear out the heavy feelings. You clear out the thoughts and the pictures and the emotional charges to the memories so that they're no longer triggers. They're just memories. And then your vibe gets clear. And guess what happens when your vibe gets clear? You finally get to experience all the things in life that you want to experience. Okay. This is such a powerful thing. All right. So if you haven't already, go down into the description box and get those 2 books that I told you about. Okay. Get them on Kindle or whatever other reading thing they have and start reading it. Like start reading it and applying it as it goes. Okay. This is so important. This is how you finally get to live your best life. How you finally get to get past that toxic relationship or that karmic connection. This is how you do it. You release the wants that make up the attachment, whether that attachment is toxic or not. Okay, attachments aren't always toxic, but when you are attached to the outcome, that's going to keep it from actually happening. Okay. All right, you guys, that was our time together for now. If this helped you out at all, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe if you feel led to do so. And I really enjoy, or I look forward to, I should say, the next time we get to spend together. Okay. I love you guys so much. Take care.